y'all, you're listening to a Q&A with S&J.
Welcome to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast, where life always comes before work. We're your hosts, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. We're a real family that figured out how to make our entire living online. And now, we help other families do the same. Are you ready to flip your life? All right, let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to another great episode of the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. Super excited to be bringing you another Q&A with S&J this week. When Jocelyn and I created the Flip Lifestyle Podcast and the Flip Your Life community, one of our goals was to answer as many questions as possible from our audience and from our members. We have literally answered thousands of online business questions via email, inside of our Flip Your Life community forums, and on our member calls. Twice a month, Jocelyn and I host live members-only Q&As where members of the Flip Your Life community can log in, ask us a question, and we answer those questions directly on the call. Not only does each member get their question answered, but they get to listen in to dozens of other questions and answers so they can take their business to the next level. And while we can't share all of the great questions that are asked on our member calls here on the podcast, we wanted to bring you a few of those questions so that you could listen to some of those answers and take your business to the next level as well. If you have a direct question for me and Jocelyn and you would like to ask that on our next member call, it's easy to join. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE, and you can get your first month inside the Flip Your Life community for free. That will let you attend our next 2 member calls where you can ask your question and listen in to all of the questions that me and Jocelyn answer live for our members. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free to start your free trial to the Flip Your Life community today. All right, we've got some great questions on the podcast today, so let's get started.
All right, we have, first of all, Svetlana says...
I want to say this. Svetlana's been like rock solid, perfect attendance at member calls lately.
I know, she really has.
So she's taking action. I like it. Okay.
Let's see. It says, I wanted to ask your opinion about my lead magnets. I came up with 3 lead magnets, and I plan to choose one from the list below and record the training video or write an ebook. Which one do you like better? I feel that option 1 and 2 provide a lot of value, even for paid content. So she says, number 1, questions to ask during the first 3 dates to see if you could be a good match to find your dream husband in a short time. Number 2, icebreakers and questions to ask during the first date to see if you can find your dream husband. Or number 3, tips on clearing your mind and lifting your spirit. Definitely not number 3.
Yeah, I don't like number 3. I actually like number 2 the best because it's the quickest result. Like number 1, it takes them 3 dates before they ever get a result. And a lead magnet should get a result immediately. Like if you gave someone icebreakers, like they've got the icebreaker. They know it, even if they don't have the date yet.
Number 1 seems like a lot of work. So, I'm having to do it over 3 different dates. It's questions. It doesn't tell me how many questions. So there may be like 30 questions. And that just seems like a lot of work for me. Number 2, things to ask during the first date. I would even limit it to a number, like maybe like 5 icebreakers to ask.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
That would be my preference personally.
And like the number 3 is just a little off. Like tips for clearing your mind and lifting your spirit to find your dream husband in a short time. Like that's not really, but that could be something like clearing your mind before your next date, right? Like this is something you do to make you more comfortable on that next date. Like that is something that's you can do in 10 minutes and it works. And that's what all lead magnets should do. If your lead magnet is not actionable in 24 hours, your lead magnet is too big. So everybody who's got a lead magnet, including you, Solana, that's how you know it's a lead magnet. It can be done in one day. Like one of the lead magnets we've been using a lot lately for new people is how to come up with your business idea. And the reason we chose that is because 1, I can show you 2 quick tips to zero in on an idea. Most people have their idea already in their head anyway. So it's like, I got an idea. So they just need someone to either give them permission or to confirm their idea. And I can do that with a Google search and an Amazon search. And I can confirm an idea for someone. So that's a good lead magnet because it's someone can literally get the lead magnet, take action on it, and within 15 minutes, they're like, okay, I've got my idea now. What's my next step? Well, that's where our email marketing comes in. So pick the first step, make it short enough to take action on today, and then that's your lead magnet.
And
Okay.
always remember, too, that it really doesn't matter what we think. We can give you ideas based on our experience of what we think would work the best. But the best way to figure out if something's going to work for your audience is to try it with your audience.
Mm-hmm. So pick number 2. Do number 2. Let's just say that. It's quick.
Yep.
It's easy. And let's see if that one works. If it doesn't, well, then we come back and try the other 2. Okay.
All right. Jennifer says, I have a question about my lead magnet and opt-in sequence. Currently, the lead magnet is a set of 6 short science videos. That's a lot of S's. About one topic, which would be equivalent to one lesson plan. I was wondering if 6 videos is too much information for them to process in the first email. Should I just give them the first video as the lead magnet and then divide the rest into 2 follow-up emails?
Yes.
Yes. Also, for the WOW bonus, they're getting 4 sets of video lessons. Should I give away this much or change it to 1 set of video lessons about one topic? So right now they're getting 4 lessons, 4 topics. Each has 6 short videos. Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much. Like that's wowie wow wow wow. You know, that's there's a concept that we like to go back to, and it's keeping your audience hungry. And like if you don't keep your audience hungry, then they're never going to go buy the buffet. You know what I mean? Like if we've all been to a restaurant before, and you've given so much food beforehand that you don't really enjoy your meal and you feel terrible afterwards, right? And that's why like gourmet cooking and like really nice restaurants, they bring it in courses, small servings, and you slowly keep eating and get hungry. But like if you don't leave people, if you satiate people too soon at the beginning, then there's no reason for them to come back to you for a long time. There's no reason for them to buy anything. What you really want is to be like the sampler platter person at the grocery store. You want to walk by and you want to give them the little toothpick. It's like, oh no, this is a better example. Like at the mall, the bourbon chicken guy in front of the Asian place, like the Chinese joint, like they give you bourbon chicken or they give you the little General Tso's chicken or they give you that really delicious, just one little toothpick with the meat on the end of it. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's so delicious. I got to go buy another plate of that. Maybe it's just me because I really like bourbon chicken. You want to be like that. You want to give them the sample and a little more sample, and then they go buy the whole meal, and you're giving them the whole meal, and there's no reason for them to buy anything afterwards, basically.
And so, Jennifer, what I would prefer to see is for you to use those other videos later down the chain. So if these people don't join your membership or purchase your product, I would like to see you save those for later after you make your pitch and they don't take it. Keep giving them little bits and pieces to keep them saying, oh, this is really useful. Maybe I should go and buy it. That's what I used to do on Elementary Librarian. I would do one like every 2 weeks, they would get an email. So sometimes it would be something as simple as like follow my Facebook page. Or sometimes it would be here's a lesson plan for you. Or sometimes it would be here's a PowerPoint for you or whatever. So I would just kind of keep giving them stuff for an entire year to see if they were going to join.
And like, don't give people content. Give people results. Somebody needs to tweet that. Don't give people content. Give people results. You're just throwing content at them to prove how good your content is and prove how much stuff it is. That's fine. But give them a result. Make their day easier. Like what could you give to this person that makes their day better so that they come back to you tomorrow, right? So don't think of it as, oh, I just got to give them all this content. Give them a result. What gives them is giving them 6 videos a result. Maybe. I don't know that. You're going to have to come up with that. But like, you got to give people a result. Okay. Like going back to Svetlana's question, which was related to this, if she gives that person one icebreaker question that they should always ask, the one thing for every date, and they go on a date and they ask that person and they get a good answer, they're going to come back to her to see, well, what do I do on number 2? What do I do on date 2? And it's the same thing here. If you give them that one thing that they take into the classroom and gives them a result, and they leave the school that day and say, holy goodness, that was awesome. I had an easier day today. That person helped me. I wonder what else they've got. Like, that's what you really want to do. So whenever you're thinking about your lead magnets, give people results. Don't just give them content and they'll come back for more stuff later. Okay.
All right. Danae says, please help me figure out how to start. I really want to teach parents how to use audiobooks and read alouds to make parenting easier and how books trump technology. I want to teach them how using the right books can make parenting easier because of bonding, character building, and getting to tackle important issues with their child through fiction. Is this even a good idea? I'm struggling with the pain point and whether or not people are searching for a solution. I'm thinking the systems are disconnection, feeling too busy, feeling like you're failing as a parent, using screens to keep kids busy, etc. Can you help me see a direction to go with this? I'm all over the place.
I got this. Okay. I know. I actually thought about you the other day. I saw something in the forums. I was thinking about this. You're focused on the wrong things in this niche because all parents in our current modern world, we do it. We're like, oh my gosh, my son plays too much Xbox. Oh my goodness, my daughter's on her iPad too much. Anna Joe has watched every Barbie movie known to man
like 10 times.
Like 10 times. And she just keeps watching them. And we're like, what do we do? But here's the real pain point for parents. It's not that we don't want, like, this is a great idea. I think it's fantastic. It's amazing. But that's not, we want that. But the problem is the objections. I don't want to, it's the fight. It's like getting your kids to eat the Brussels sprouts, getting your kids, how do we transition our kid to that? Like when my kid throws the book at me, when my kid cries and refuses to listen to the audiobook, all these things that are going to happen, like that's what you've got to address publicly. So your course is not this, you're trying to frame it as this magical utopia where your kids sit around and quietly listen to audiobooks and you have good book discussions. But that's not what the reality is. The course is, it's how to get your kids to that point is what you've got to sell to your people. It's how do I do this? How do I get to this place where I want it? It's not what are the right books. You teach them that later.
This is a classic how-to without.
Yes.
How to get my kids to keep from playing video games all day without losing my mind.
Exactly. That's what you're trying to get to. You're not selling the best books that make this beautiful. You know that. It's just the same thing. Like, go look at our sales page, y'all. Like, we don't even tell the courses that are in the Flip Your Life Blueprint. We give a big general overview of it. And we don't say there's the how to create content in 5 easy steps and, how to do a webinar and all that stuff. We don't even tell people what's in it. We tell them, you want to get to this point where you work for yourself. We've done it. They've done it. We've got a process that does it. We've got a community that will support you in it. Like, we're going to help you overcome all these time problems, money problems, education problems, tech problems. We're going to fix that for you. But we don't tell them the blueprint until they're actually in the blueprint. So you're trying to tell them what's in the blueprint. You're trying to focus on features and benefits when you've got to help them overcome their struggles to get to that point.
Don't look at the list of hot dog ingredients.
Yes. Nobody cares what's in the hot dog. We're just like, how do I cook the hot dog, right? Grill it, maybe. So like, that's what you got to do. You got to grill the hot dog. All right. Quote me on that one too. Grill the hot dog.
I mean, where else are you getting
Where else are you getting grill the hot dog, right? That's online business advice at its finest. So but like, go and overcome those objections. Like, it's how to get your kid to listen to the audiobook. I want to know how to do that. Like, I want to know that you're going to hold my hand and help me. When my kids pulling their hair out because they've not seen their screen and they're going through withdrawals and, and they're sitting there shaking because they haven't looked at the blue screen in a while. Like, what do I do then? Like, because that's what's holding people back. Like, it sounds like a great idea, but am I really going to do it? It's kind of like, I don't want my kids to eat Doritos. Sometimes they won't eat anything but Doritos, right? Like, how do I get over that hump? How do I take the goldfish for my 3-year-old and make them eat the green beans? Like, that's what you got to figure out with this audiobook. So talk to people. What are the objections? Like, why are people not doing this? Because it's not easy. So you've got to make it simple, and then your plan will help make it easy. Okay. All right. Grill the hot dogs, baby. I'm actually about to start making shirts. I'm going to make a shirt. I've got a shirt that I want to make today. It says, you know how, remember, it says, you down with LTV? Yeah, you know me. I'm going to make a shirt like that. Like, I'm going to make one now that says hashtag grill the hot dogs, and nobody will ever know what it means except me and you, Jocelyn. And it'll be amazing.
The people on this call.
You down with LTV? Lifetime value?
See, if you're going to Nashville, which I hope you are,
you get all kinds of swag.
We could wear these shirts.
You're going to get all kinds of swag.
No one would even know.
If you go to Nashville, you're getting swag. I'm just saying.
FlipLifestyle.com/Nashville.
There's going to be swag.
All right. Carla says, my question today is about free Facebook content and lead magnets. I do understand the aspirin and vitamin analogy, but I'm still struggling with what to give away in social media and lead magnets, what to give away in email, and what to hold for paying customers for my particular industry. I get more diet related questions from people than anything, yet the workouts, personal training are what I consider to be the core of my memberships.
Okay. Then you should give people what they're asking for and then teach them the better way once they start paying you. Straight up. If people are asking you about diet stuff, then give them diet stuff and then talk them into joining with a highlight on your diet stuff. And then when they get in there, you'll teach them that there's workouts too. Right. So don't be stubborn. Give people what they want. The best way to be a great salesperson is to say, hey, what do you want? Why do you want it? And then make that for them. Okay. So if you'll just ask your people, if you're asking those people, your people, those questions, stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. You know what's best for them. You're the doctor. But the person doesn't come in and say, you know, I need that new special treatment that they just invented. I read a 40,000 word research paper. That's your job to read the research paper and know what's best for them. They're going to come in and say, oh, my head hurts. And man, I'm not eating good. Oh, well, here's a great eating plan. And then you teach them once they start paying you how to do the other stuff. Okay. So emphasize what people want and then teach them what you know will get results. You don't ever see anything about sales funnels and sales chains in our marketing. You will never see that in our marketing. But goodness gracious, when you get in the Flip Your Life Blueprint, you better watch the sales funnel training and you better watch the sales chain training, or you will never be able to grow a business successfully if you don't understand those concepts.
So we finally discovered this. You know, when we first started out, we were telling people, okay, we can help you make a website. We can help you to be able to market to people. We can help you to be able to create a lead magnet. We can help you to be able to create a product. That's not really what people want. What people want is freedom from whatever it is in their life that's making them unhappy. And so that's what we have to sell to. That's what good marketing is getting into that psychology of what is making people unhappy. So I don't necessarily think that it's even diet information that people are looking for. They're looking for a way to solve the problem that's making them unhappy.
Yeah. And you got to, it's results. And like, let me say this too, because this is getting into the, oh, I don't want to be salesy and blah, blah, blah. Listen, you serve human beings. Every one of you who are listening to my voice right now, we serve you. You serve other people. And you have a duty, and you must own the fact that you have got to convince people to get into your program. Especially like yours changes people's life. If you help people lose weight, you help people feel healthy, you help people enjoy their children and their grandchildren, you help people live longer. Like that is a huge responsibility, and you owe it to them to convince them to buy your product because you know it will change their life.
This is heavy. Like
this is heavy stuff.
This is something that we just kind of discovered.
Yeah, about ourselves. Like, this is how serious we take the Flip Your Life community is, you know, like when like people send us messages all the time about how they're fighting cancer but still building their business, or like they're, you know, struggling at their job and they're like so miserable they don't know if they even want to live anymore, but this is hope for them to change their life. And it's the same thing with every one of you. You got to take your business so serious that you're making someone's life better. Even like the lesson plan people earlier today, if you can make their day easier and they get to go home and get 30 extra minutes with their kids stress-free because you've sold them a lesson plan that made their day easier, you're changing their life. And you've got to take it so serious that you look in the mirror and say, I must sell these people my product. It is life and death. It is so serious. And whatever I have to say to get them in here, I've got to say it as long as it's true and honest and transparent. So if they need to hear you say, here's a diet, or if they need to hear you say, you'll feel better, or if they need to hear you say it's a work, whatever they're telling you, you need to let them hear that result exists in your community, because you can't change their life until they buy your product.
And obviously don't say something that's not true, because people
honesty,
want to hear
integrity, and transparency and everything. But you've got to figure out what they need to hear to make them make the decision that's going to change their life. And you got to tell them that. So,
and this is a major mindset thing. Like I'm kind of struggling with this one myself right now. I don't know. Like every day I'm just thinking, oh, you know, am I really good enough to do this? Is this what I'm really supposed to be here for? And then, you know, just all the time people are telling me, yes, you know, you're making a difference in somebody's life. You're changing my life. Something that you've told me has helped me. And I know it's true. It's just I'm holding myself back because I guess I'm scared of it.
And when you flip the switch and you don't view your digital products as just digital products. Don't view your communities as just a place where people hang out. When you flip the switch to no, this is my purpose. I'm helping someone and changing their life. This is my God-given purpose. This is why I'm here, is to do this. It is going to be heavy. It is going to be a weight, and if you're not careful, it can really weigh you down and like hold you back a little bit, because the responsibility of it all is very overwhelming sometimes. And I think that's what Jocelyn's kind of alluding to here, but just the other day, Jocelyn and me were having this discussion about 3 days ago, and I was, trying to give her a little pep talk, and like, she was really feeling the weight of it. And then the next day I got a Voxer. Me and Jocelyn Vox each other all the time. I think
because we are that big.
I think we Voxer and text each other more than we actually talk in person, which is funny because we're in the same house.
Well, we also run kids a lot.
We also run kids a lot of places. So, but Jocelyn sent me a message that I feel better. I'm putting on my cape. Let's go save the world. So like she was ready to go. But like, no one's business here is less important than our business or anybody else's. Like, even like that, like finding a husband, it's an honest thing. Oh my gosh, like helping someone to have a happy marriage, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Helping someone to use their creative energy, like Teresa Perlyberg, who helps people like shear sheep and build things out of them. Like just a lifetime of, family heirlooms that you're going to create and hand down for generations. I mean, that's like epic stuff. And like Kevin Depew, helping people learn how to play guitar so they can zone out and relax and feel confident. I mean, your business is so important, and you've got to take it on like that.
And you have to think of it like what is so everyday to you is really groundbreaking for someone else. And that's something that's hard for us to understand sometimes. Like, I mean, we do this every day, like, oh yeah, we run an online business. Like, yeah, no big deal. But like, it's a really big deal.
Well, like I was telling, it's funny because you say that, because like last night I was talking to my brother, and we had been riding jet skis out on the lake and all this other stuff. And he sent me a message, and we were talking on the phone, just hanging out. And he goes, dude, if you could go back in time and talk to yourself, you would see how weird your life looks to me right now. He's like, and I'm like, but to us, it's just commonplace. But like, and it's same, like Jocelyn's saying, for you, it's the same thing. And if you'll just take it so seriously that you're changing people's lives and that people need you to serve them, the sales problems go away. You'll never have a problem selling something. You'll never have a problem asking for money again, because every time you give someone something for free permanently, if you give someone permanently something for free, they're never going to use it. You eventually have to charge people for something so they have skin in the game, and people who pay attention. Those two things. My thing is changing people's lives. I have to help them get in this program. And if I don't make them pay, they won't pay attention. So they won't do it, and they won't change your lives. If you can embrace those two concepts, you will never worry about your sales copy again. You will never worry about asking for money again. And you will change a lot of lives, and you will help a lot of people. And that's what we're all here for. So
I'm pretty sure this turned into a motivational seminar.
Oh man, I love it. This is great.
Like the last 2 minutes. Okay.
I think at Flip Your Life Live, we're just going to do an hour on that. You know what I mean?
So Carla, thanks for that question. Okay. So we're expecting you to put on your cape and
put your cape on.
Save these people.
Go
Carla,
save some
you
people.
Can do this. We know you can.
Super Carla. All right, guys, that is all the time we have for this week's Q&A with S&J. We would love to have you on our next member call so you can ask a question and get the help that you need right now. Anyone who is a member of the Flip Your Life community can attend our member calls and ask a question. If you are not a member of the Flip Your Life community, you can get your first month free right now. All you have to do is go to fliplifestyle.com/free, and that will get you 30 days inside of the Flip Your Life community at no cost. That means you'll be able to attend our next 2 member calls for free. Not only will you get access to our next 2 live member calls, but you'll be able to watch the dozens and dozens of member calls that we've recorded in the past. That's a library of thousands of online business questions that you can watch for free for the next month. You'll also get access to our training area, the Flip Your Life Blueprint. That's our step-by-step process that we use to help families start, build, and grow online businesses of their own. And you'll get 100% access to every member area, including our community forums. All you have to do to get access to all of this exclusive members-only content for 30 days for free is go to fliplifestyle.com/free. That's fliplifestyle.com/free. And in just a few minutes, you will be inside of the Flip Your Life community. Thanks again for listening to today's show. We hope you got something out of it, and we can't wait to see you inside of the Flip Your Life community. Have a great day, and until next time, do whatever it takes to flip your life.
Bye.